In the second installment of the Hobbit trilogy, Thorin and company continue their journey to Smaug's lair. This is the Desolation of Smaug.
I found something in the Goblin Tunnels.
What did you find?
My courage.
Good. You'll need it.
Dragonfire and ruin.
That is what you will bring upon us. He cannot see beyond his own desire.
I will not risk this quest for the life of one burglar.
His name is Bilbo.
Thief. Where are you? Come now. Don't be shy. Step into the light.
Hi, welcome to the budget review. As you can see, our tree makes sense now. And I just sent my two reviewers, Nick and Steve, to see The Hobbit, The Desolation of
Send us. We went on our own power.
I said no one.
I'm not a slave.
Shut up, slave. As always, I'm your host, Kenny, and this is my tree.
Better than Julian.
Our new producer, Jake the Crow, is over there. You can't see him. We tried to put him in the tree, but it didn't work.
I got this. What's up, Jake?
Don't move the... Jesus.
Now try and set it in the right spot.
No, wait, you're moving it too far. It's a shake.
In case you don't understand what's going on, Nick got up, tried to pan over to Jake, could not figure out how to move the camera, so he just lifted up the entire tripod, and is now attempting to reset the shot.
That's
Done.
I hope that's cutting him off.
Nope.
Okay, so, festivities aside, as you know, this was a sequel, and it's part of a trilogy, which is from the book The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. And you both saw the original, I assume. So how does this... So starting with Nick, how does this compare with the first movie?
Better. Absolutely better. They cut down the time, added more action. Overall, it's a lot better experience.
So they
But
cut
you
down
can
the...
actually, you can actually watch this one without falling asleep.
161 minutes is cut down time.
I don't know how long the
Unfortunately, yes.
I don't know how long the first one actually was.
The first one was like 3 hours.
Yeah, this one was definitely better. It was well paced. There was no slow parts, and they hurried them up quickly. They weren't as boring as the first one.
With the size, it definitely fits the epic part of the epic fantasy adventure movie. So what, how did this compare? Like, in the sense that, was this as much travel? I know the first one had a lot to do with traveling. Did this have more like a distinct climax?
Sort of. I mean, there's less traveling. It's about halfway through they actually get to the destination. And then, that's when, the actual climax starts. And it builds up a lot, which just leads to, the ending. Which is a cliffhanger for the third one.
And as you know, this was directed by Peter Jackson. He was working with he did all the Lord of the Rings movies and these movies. How is his job in this? Didn't he do better, worse, or is it on par with everything else, Steve?
He did pretty much the same. I mean, why are you staring me down? He did pretty much the same as he did in his previous works. It was a lot more location. It wasn't all on set. He's really good with the design and costumes and all the characters, and he does a really good job capturing the epic and the fantasy feel to the movie.
Well, you're talking about having it on an epic scale and the costumes and all that. So how did the setting fit in this? Did he use a lot of real sets, or did he use a lot of CG to try and really make it look epic?
Uses a lot of real sets.
That's what I said.
Towards the end, though, there's more CGI sets. And when they're in, the forest.
Did they use a real dragon?
Yes.
Yes, they did. They actually turned Benedict Cumberbatch into a dragon.
I can see that.
That's where a majority of the budget was spent.
Well spent, though.
They hired a witch to turn him into a dragon.
Yes.
I don't think so, but...
Okay, so we were talking about Benedict Cumberbatch. He's the one that stars in it. He does a voice, so he's not physically there.
He does the
and the motion
capture.
capture too.
I
But
told you, they turned him into a dragon.
so there are a lot of noticeable names in this. So how were the actors in this?
Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing in the movie. You don't see Smaug until later on in the movie, but when you see him, it's really worth it. And he is just phenomenal as the dragon. The motion capture, the voice, and everything, I loved.
He steals the show.
Yeah. I liked Martin Freeman a lot more in this one than I did in the first one as Bilbo.
Yeah, so did I. I really felt like his character developed more.
He's a lot better than Frodo. I'll say that for sure. And,
Team Bilbo. Just saying.
All right, buddy, calm down. The ring also plays a factor in the movie, and I really like how they incorporate that with the storyline. You want anything else? I'm taking all this.
No, I think you touched on everything.
And everyone else
He was
Whatever
touching
you-
my tree before.
What do you think, Tree Julian?
Yeah, I really liked it. And everyone else does a good job, especially Orlando Bloom as Legolas. I forgot to mention that.
Yes, that is true.
He is in it. And he is still a badass. Somehow gets more and more badass every movie. Doesn't it get explained?
On the cut of Martin Freeman, I have no idea how old he is, and in the role he looks young, and then when you see an interview with him, he looks like he's 100.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is.
He looks
That's
very...
called movie magic.
Well, they turned Benedict Cumberbatch into a dragon, so...
That was actual magic.
I'm sure they could get Martin Freeman some anti-aging cream for that. So let's just wrap up, get your final thoughts and final rating.
I give it a 4. If only they could use some of that magic to make Ganondorf look a little younger. Somehow he gets... I mean, if you watch the movies in reverse, he gets younger. So there's that.
I also give this a 4 out of 5. If you're a fan of Lord of the Rings trilogy, if you're a fan of the first Hobbit, this is definitely a must-see to continue the journey.
So, as you can see from the ratings, they're both 4s. It's a very good rating to have. So, like Steve said, if you're a fan of the Hobbit trilogy, maybe if you're just a fan of Peter Jackson in general, you should go see it.